Hello everybody, is me, your DukeMuRL. Welcome back to Starbound Sunday, which probably isn't even going to be coming up on Sunday. It's probably Monday by the point I'm uploading this. Whatever. Yeah, so, hey, camera, back up, thank you. So yeah, it's not too eventful of a week. Let's actually just sit up straight that way. Okay. So yeah, it's not too eventful of a week. I'm gonna be pulling a lot of stuff out of nowhere in order to really fill up the time. I'm aiming for at least 15 minutes. So yeah, finished Lost Planet just yesterday on Saturday. So that's good. So of course the question is, what's going to come next? Because Alone in Space was focused on Wednesday and Saturday. It held one of the open spots, or two open spots. So of course those two go away, and then the question is, what comes next? And was thinking about it, and of course I already had the decision in mind before I ended it, and the game that's going to be taking over it for its Wednesday spot is going to be Risk of Rain, which is a 2D. Well, it's a pixelated two-dimensional RPG. Oh gosh, roguelike. That it pretty much the entire basis is off of the items are randomized. You grab them, you run around, shoot, get money, open boxes, run around more, shoot. You know that's how it goes. It's a lot of fun. It's very fast-paced. It's only going to hold one spot during the week because there's a lot of potential for it to go on for a long period of time, and that means I have to do more cutting and editing, and that means that having it open for 2 days makes it a bit more hard. Because a lot of the stuff that I'm Let's Playing, a lot of the stuff I don't actually have to do heavy editing on. I don't have to cut most of it. I can just play it as is, and it'll typically write itself. But any point where there's just not much going on, or I feel as though there's not enough to really work with, then I go ahead and cut it out, and I go from there. And so Risk of Rain is one of those games where there's so much going on that I'm not able to talk. But again, it becomes the same thing after a little bit. I don't want to get ruined for you guys, so I'm going to do heavy editing on it to make sure that it gets cut down to about 15 to 20 minute episodes every time. No matter how long I've been playing, if I've been playing it for like an hour, which I already did the recording for one episode, and it ended up being 40 minutes long, and I didn't like that as just an introductory episode, so I did a replay of it, which that's the one that you guys are going to see. The other episode is probably never going to be seen, but I'm going to hold on to it for whatever case. I've been playing the crap out of that game too. I'm already at the point where I'm like 40% of everything is unlocked. I have like 6 different characters, which is good because that means you guys don't have to sit through the same old character just over and over again. And it's a really cool game because it kind of has the blast back to the times when gosh, good golly gosh, when everything was in the game and you actually had to just play to unlock everything. You can't just buy all of the characters. You actually have to play and unlock them, and it's hard. And I spent like an hour just playing in order to beat the game. Actually, I already beat the game as well, and it was hard. It was very hard. But I absolutely loved it. It was very difficult. It was a huge challenge to actually beat. I ended up playing like as soon as I got home, so I ended up playing for maybe around 6 hours or so, which to beat the game in that long is first and foremost impressive because it is a hard game. It's a very hard game, but I loved it and I was happy to do it. It was a nice little achievement in my book, you know. So other things that are going on. Yesterday I went to a play that was awesome. I got to. It is. Hold on. I actually have the little play book right here because I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Peter and the Starcatcher. There it is. Wow. Come on, camera. Keep up with the program. You don't have to follow. Whatever. So Peter and the Starcatcher. That's what I ended up seeing yesterday. I saw it at my local high school, which was really nice. It's pretty much about how Peter Pan became Peter Pan. So that was really, it was, I couldn't keep up with it at first because I was like, I have no idea what this is. It is weird. And you know, the Captain Hook isn't called Captain Hook. He's called like Captain Blackstash or something like that. But the high schoolers, they do an awesome job. They're really good at theater. Their tech department is amazing, which is I'm happy to see that even though they're in high school, they are able to put on such amazing productions. The year before, they actually did a it was the musical of Addams Family, and it ended up selling out every night that showed, and it ended up getting nominated for several awards for the for a theater award ceremony or something, which was really cool. I was very happy to see that. But yeah, Peter and the Starcatcher, I found it was good. I can't complain. I could not keep up with it at first, and it had me laughing a lot more during the second part. And there were definitely parts where I was like, am I high? Am I on acid? Is this what LSD is like? And so that's what ended up happening. But I know what a good movie or what good just art is, visual art, or you can't really say visual arts whenever you are describing like a movie or a video game, because visual arts is it's unfair to do that, because visual arts is just plain portrait. I mean, you know, there's theatrical arts, there is video arts, there's, you know, which I think video arts is what classifies most movies and video games. What was I saying? I know what a good one is, because if I found myself watching a lot of movies and whatnot that have just really intense moments that make me well up and actually start tearing, and like I feel like I'm about to cry. And for example, one of the moments is in that Forrest Gump, when Forrest is in Vietnam and he ends up running back into the forest. Into the jungle, actually. There's a difference between a jungle and a forest. Keep that in mind. And he ends up running back into the jungle in order to save his friend Bubba, and he ends up saving all of his squad mates first before going after Bubba. And I remember watching that part the last time I watched it, because I watched that movie maybe like 4 or 5 times. I remember watching that and like just tears start to well up in my eyes. I was like, it's so beautiful. And that happens to me with a lot of movies. It happened with me, for example, in Treasure Planet. It happened to me when I watched Brother Bear. Because Disney's really good about making you want to cry, okay? DreamWorks Up. How you want to cry in the first 10 minutes, and it hasn't even gotten to the main plot point, but you're still like, I'm not crying. Just cutting onions. That's what's going on. Let me see. So it's so I've come to a moment where a lot of people are just like, oh man, you know, like this sucks and this is so sad, and I started using as a comeback, like, you want to know sad? You haven't seen sad until you've seen elephant cry. And I say this because I went to the San Antonio Zoo. I think I talked about this already on like the previous Starbound Sunday. I ended up going to San Antonio Zoo for my niece's birthday. She's 2 years old right now. Yay! And the elephants were like around their little like pool, and it looked as though one of them started crying, and then like another one walked up and started comforting it with its trunk, and I was like, and I was like, let's never come back here. And it's really sad that's a thing that happens. And as I understand it, the San Antonio Zoo is in like the top 5 worst zoos of all time, and that's not my personal opinion, that's what I've read online. Other people have said that. And I can see why, because in reality, the only animals that are probably even happy being there are probably like the snakes and lizards, or the fish that are too stupid to even know what a glass dome is. And a lot of the animals just look really sad. The bears were like in the corners. All of the animals were just trying to find someplace cool, and the elephants were crying. And that's heartbreaking, especially since most of the people didn't even look at this. A lot of the people were just like, ha ha, elephants, ching, ah, then went somewhere else. And it should really give you an idea of how horrible conditions are when elephants crying, because as humans, the next closest creatures mentally are elephants and dolphins. And dolphins are like the worst part about humans. Dolphins are like murder, rape, masturbation, using the dead carcass of a fish. And that, you're just like, that's hardcore. But elephants are like all the good things. Elephants are like, you know, memories and happiness and togetherness and sadness, and they're what's most of the good stuff. And then there's dolphins who are just like, meh, fuck you, meh. and so yeah, to see an elephant actually like cry, I was just like, I feel dead inside. I am here right now. I now wish to go home. The gift shop had a lot of nice things, though. I'll have to admit that. The gift shop really made me feel as though I was going on an adventure. I only need about like a minute longer of stuff to talk about. Alright, these headphones. These are the same headphones I've had since starting YouTube, and I was watching Markiplier, you know, a big YouTuber, and I saw in his Joy of Creation Let's Plays, which is a game that I will never have the guts to play, but maybe Kaiser Mirk, no, please, no, that it had the same symbol on the side of it, so I was like, oh crap, he has sionizers, and then I realized that, wow, my setup, what I have, is actually really good. What I have as a setup is amazing, because I have a really good mic, I have this audio processing box, I have a good computer, I have an amazing webcam that follows me, albeit not to the best of its abilities. It's not the best, but I enjoy it. it gives me a lot of moments during Let's Plays where I can just be like, hey, you, which is funny. And it really tries to keep up, and you're just like, ha ha. And really good headphones, and of course a great computer. And I worked so hard to get all this stuff. I worked at my job for several months just to get all of this, and I'm so happy to know that I managed to get this far. Like, whenever I start doubting myself and wondering, like, if I'm doing everything right or if I'm even successful, I take a look at my studio and what I have, and I realize that it's not all that bad. Pay no attention to that. But I think that that about wraps this up. Thank you all so much for watching. As usual, have a wonderful week. Subscribe and all of that fun jazz. Like and dislike buttons are there. And again, thank you all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Have a wonderful day and have a wonderful week. Bye.